right. Says I'm live. So I guess I'm live. All right, soon as that. There we go. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lions Weekly, Detroit Lions Weekly, for the first show of the new year. It is January the 4th, 2024. First time I think I've said that during a live stream, I think. I had to go live early today because I have a dentist appointment at 4:30, and usually I don't speak very well after the dentist, so I had to do it early. But we are here, man, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm still not over what happened on Saturday. But we have to get over it, and we got to move forward. So let me shout everybody else out in the chat real quick, man. We might have to bump it up anyway, depending on what happens in the future. So we're going to shout out Win. What's up, Win? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, Antonio? Streams only. We got Nolan in the building. Vocal Coyote. What's up? What's up? Bruce Morton says, move on and let's get some things straight after this debacle loss. Absolutely. We have no choice. So just a little bit of update since the last time we've been on. I'm sure you've seen all my videos or most of them. Isaiah Buggs was waived and he was not reclaimed. We don't even know if he cleared waivers, but his time in Detroit is over. Whatever was happening from the beginning of the year has gone full effect, and he is no longer with the team. Do not expect him to come back. Bruce Irvin, the land before time himself, is not part of the Detroit Lions anymore. They also dropped him from the practice squad. They signed a linebacker today to the practice squad. I have no idea who this guy is. I haven't had any time to do any research on him. I don't know if he was on our team before. And James Houston is not going to play. He's not going to play. I would be surprised if he plays on Sunday for the season finale. What else? Lee McNeil is probably going to play with the knee brace on one of his legs because he hurt his knee, took 4 weeks off, and he's going to come back and play with a brace on his leg. Jamison Williams has not been practicing. He probably will not go on Sunday because within 6 to 7 days we're going to be playing again in our first wild card game at Ford Field ever. So we're going to need him for that. So somebody said in the comment section about Donovan Peoples-Jones getting involved, and absolutely. Oh, let me talk about this too. So today, let me I want to bring this in so y'all can see it. I don't have my Twitter account pulled up. Let me pull up Twitter real quick. But something came out about Aaron Glenn. And, you know, I'm not trying to be mean when it comes to Lions fans, but do you read, like, do we read as a community? Because I can't believe what I'm seeing from these Lions fans about Aaron Glenn. Okay, let me see what this is. Nope, it's not that one. Let's go here. Let's go. Nope, not that one. So it might be this one. Okay. Yes, here it is. All right. Nope, that's not the one either. I need to go to my own Twitter account. Okay, here we go. Okay, yes. What's up? What's up, Braylon? Good to see you, my friend. Says, what's up, Larry? What's going on, man? The NFL put that out. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's Cap. He the number one seed. Okay, Zoe. So here's the thing, bro. So let me bring this in. All right, and I'm probably gonna make this a quick video because I need to. All right, so let's do this because right. All right, Lions fans, you guys know how I feel about Aaron Glenn. It is time to move on from him. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing right now that can change my mind. The only way I would probably change my mind is if we win a Super Bowl. Outside of that, maybe if we get to the NFC title game. That's the only way I would change my mind. But I think that he's horrific as a defensive coordinator. I don't think what he did against Dallas, holding CeeDee Lamb to 227 points, is a good thing. And 141 to Justin Jefferson before that. And if you look at Aaron Glenn as a whole, his defense sucks. Now, you could argue that he doesn't have the personnel. Okay, so that means you have to blame one or two people. Well, you got three people to blame. You can blame Aaron Glenn for the defensive scheme, which is what I'm doing. I am also blaming Brad Holmes for the lack of playmakers, and I'm also blaming Dan Campbell. But the brunt will go on Aaron Glenn because he does not change. He keeps doing the same thing, and it doesn't work, okay? So this came out today, and I saw this, and Lions fans, I need to know if you guys read, okay, because reading is fundamental. All right, so here is what the Tom Pelissero said, as the hiring cycle approaches, this is interesting. The NFL Players Association asked over 1,700 players to rate the coordinators they play for on a scale of 1 to 10. Here are the top 5 at each spot, including number 1 overall vote getter, defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. Okay. So Aaron Glenn, as you see right here, is the number 1 vote getter of all defensive coordinators, it says coordinators, period. So he is the number 1 right here, right? Okay, and I'm getting pushback on, see, I told you Aaron Glenn was good. Aaron Glenn, see, you said it was Aaron Glenn. It is Aaron Glenn, all right? So let me go back and verify this tweet. It says, Lions fans everywhere. This means he's a good DC? No, it means players like playing for him. Likability has nothing to do with skill. The numbers on the field matter. If Dan wasn't winning, he'd eventually be fired, no matter how much he's liked. I don't understand. This players wanting to play for Aaron Glenn, okay, does not mean that he's a good defensive coordinator. Why can we not correlate the two? What are we doing here? That's not what that means. If you had a boss who you loved and then that boss was fired because he sucked at his job, you think because you like him, the CEO of the company is going to keep him around? Man, come on. This is what we're basing Aaron Glenn being a good defensive coordinator from. I mean, we weren't born yesterday, right? Okay. Aaron Glenn, and if you will call holding the Dallas Cowboys high-powered offense listen, this is dumb to me. This is dumb. I'm a likable dude sometimes, right? But I'm also very good at what I do. So if you liked me and I sucked as a YouTube creator, would you still watch me? Oh, wow, we really like Derek. If I'm not good at what I do, you're not going to watch the channel. I mean, come on, man. I really don't understand this, but Aaron Glenn was voted among players most likable guy that he's willing to play for. What does that mean? That doesn't mean he's a good DC. I don't understand this. I do not understand this. I would prefer demoting AG opposed to firing him outright. I believe he could be a better defensive back coach opposite to a full-on DC. Okay, here's the thing. I keep saying this, and there's no legitimate argument. So let in the comment section, give me a legitimate argument. All right. Okay. We had Anthony Lynn. We had him for half a season. Let's give Anthony Lynn half a season. Anthony Lynn on offense had less to work with than Aaron Glenn does on defense right now. Right. We fire Anthony Lynn after half a season. We basically fire him undercover. We demote him. He's still on the team. We don't renew his contract at the end of the year, right? Then that was year 1. So he got half a season. Year 2, you'll notice a pattern here. Year 2, we fire defensive back coach Aubrey Pleasant. And there's something floating around YouTube or the internet that he was telling defensive backs to do whatever they wanted to do, which is why he got fired. So we fire Aubrey Pleasant, the defensive back coach, when he allows Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to put a combined 296 yards on him, right? On his defensive backs. He was fired the next day. Here we go. Too soon? Here we go. Now let's get into 2023. Oh, Aaron Glenn, we're top 10 against the run. Okay. Our pass defense is horrid. Points per game. Before Dallas, we were 22nd in the league. So what I see is the Chargers putting up 38 points. What I see is 5 consecutive games where a team has scored 26 or more points. What I see is the Seattle Seahawks putting up 38 points. There's a pattern here. Now, you can either blame Aaron Glenn for scheme, you can blame Dan Campbell for hiring Aaron Glenn, or you could blame Brad Holmes for the lack of personnel. Either way, you can blame whoever you want. But to call Aaron Glenn a good defensive coordinator is a stretch, in my opinion. To me, a leopard don't change in his spots, man. He needs to be fired. That's the end of it. So that's how I feel. But this whole poll and the fact that Lions fans are trying to use this as a reason to see, we told you Aaron Glenn was a good coach. Is that a joke? That is a joke, man. So which one am I firing him this year? I'm not. It's too late. It's too late. He would have been gone. Aaron Glenn would have been the one gone instead of Aubrey Pleasant. That's just the bottom line. Oh, but he turned the defense around. Okay. Very good. and we still didn't make the playoffs. So I'm just done. There's only one thing he can do for me, which is take us to the NFC title game, or we make the Super Bowl. Those two things, we'll buy him one more year. Outside of that, he needs to go. That's why you never hire your friends. You never go into business with your friends, bro, because you're not going to be friends long after that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. All right, what y'all saying? We have AG step down and promote John Fox. Bro is tripping. Promote Kelvin Shepard. Let me ask y'all, do y'all think Aaron Glenn is a good defensive coordinator? I see Lions and Packers in the playoffs. What's up, 406? I'm holding Holmes accountable for the offseason. This defense needs major upgrades, no excuses. Jeff, you know, bro, and that's cool. At least you holding somebody accountable. You're not acting like everything's okay, because everything's not okay. Everything is not okay, bro. And I'll tell you what, if we win if we pull off something and win the Super Bowl, okay, that's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. And I think that a lot of things will have to go exactly right. Remember Dan Campbell said that they thought that they could win the division? And that we're going to make that into another video too. But Dan Campbell said they thought they could win the division, but everything had to go perfect, right? That's how I think it's going to have to go in the playoffs for us to win anything. Like maybe past the first round. But, you know, we never know what the NFL narrative has in store for us. Because I think Lions going to win the Super Bowl. I think they at least going to make it. The way this whole thing is setting up with Roger Goodell, bro, this whole thing, and this ain't new to y'all. You know, I've been talking narrative for a long time. Lions might go to the Super Bowl. We might face off against the Ravens. And the Ravens, I'm telling you, man. Somebody in my comment section yesterday, when I brought up Rocky, was like, yeah, I hear about Rocky 3 or 4 times a day, and it's all from you. And I was like, hey, you know, listen, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the 80s. That was when the best Rocky movie of all time came out, Rocky 4. That's the one everybody remember, all right? I wasn't even around for Rocky 1, and Rocky 2, I was just born. Rocky 3, I was super little. So by the time Rocky 4 came out, I was like a young man, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm impressionable when Rocky 4 came out. That's why it's in my head like it is. I don't know, man. It's hard to ignore the run D. It's elite run D, but the pass D is suspect. He's mid. You know, the run D is has been better. I mean, okay, if I give him any credit, last year we had some of the worst run defense in the league, right? And then it flipped. It flipped around. Now we got one of the best. Okay. That's not enough for me, bro. That's not enough for me. But, you know, I respect everybody's opinion, except for that video. I mean, for that tweet, because that tweet doesn't make any sense. You think because the players voted him likable, or they voted him as the #1 defensive coordinator means he's good at what he does? Please. That is crazy. But in other news, according to the narrator guy from the NFL YouTube channel, I watched the preview for the Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions this Sunday, and Jahmyr Gibbs needs 85 rushing yards, 85 to hit 1,000 yards, okay? And Jahmyr Gibbs missed, 2 games? David Montgomery needs 25. Monty missed like 3 games. So if Jahmyr Gibbs gets 85 rushing yards and David Montgomery gets 25, we got 2 1,000-yard rushers, man, in the same season. That's going to be crazy. Larry said, I think he's a good coordinator. And that's cool, man. That's cool. To me, it's just time. It's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, that Old Spice was golden. He's okay, better than nobody. I think personally, his shoes are too big for him to fill to say. I don't think he has what it takes to manage a whole defense. Nolan says the storyline fits that we make the Super Bowl. Lions getting so much media attention right now. Eagles are sus. Cowboys are sus. Lions versus Niners, NFC Championship, book it. Did y'all see the script, bro? Did y'all see the script thing going on Twitter, bro? It had me rolling. And a 4,000-yard passer and St. Brown 1,000-yard reception. They will both get the yards. Gibbs should be Pro Bowl over Swift. Yeah, I had a debate with somebody yesterday about Swift. And it's obvious now that DeAndre Swift didn't want to be here. He has not missed a game. Has he missed a game? He hasn't missed a game, right? In Philly. He has not missed a game. I think he's over 1,000 yards. He did everything. He's done everything there we wanted him to do here. You could tell he didn't want to be here, man. And that makes a big deal. Thoughts on drafting Jack Sawyer? Dalton, I am not in the draft, bro, right now. I did see something about somebody said what's the guy from Alabama? The defensive end, number 15. I cannot remember this guy's name. Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner, that's his name. He declared for the draft after the Michigan Wolverine Alabama game, and people are trying to put him here. But trust me, we'll have plenty of time to talk about the draft. But the reason I don't want to talk about the draft, bro, is because we always talk about the draft. And for the first time, since I've been on YouTube, we're talking about the postseason. So that's why I don't want to talk about the draft. But trust me, we got plenty of time to do that. Nolan says, I saw the script for the Lions and Browns Super Bowl. Yeah. That's the one. Okay, let me pull this up. I think I bookmarked that as well. This was rolling. Somebody probably photoshopped this, but I think it's funny. If this happens, man, that'd be something else. All right. Oh man, free agency comes first. Yes, Nolan, that is very true. But I'll tell you this. Because the Lions are in the playoffs, the draft is going to fly. It's going to fly here. Like this whole offseason is going to blaze past, because just think about this. If you take the NFL season for what it is, right? If you take it from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and now that our team is in the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, and the first time that I've been on YouTube, seriously, making NFL content, we're usually watching other teams. Now our team is in it. But check this out. I thought about this the other day. I said, wow, so this is what it feels like to be making a run at the Super Bowl. So the Lions have one more game left. Then they go straight into the wild card round. The teams that make the Super Bowl, they play the middle of February. The middle of February, that's it. That Super Bowl, the NFL is done. We get to catch a breather. Right after that, a month after that, free agency starts. That's when the tampering period begins, almost a month to the day after the Super Bowl. So now that goes on. Then right after that, 6 weeks after that, it's the NFL draft. And that's going to be here in Detroit. Then after that, here comes May. Then we got all these new draft picks coming. We got, but free agency is going to be ridiculous because, do we extend Amon-Ra St. Brown? Is he going to hold out? Do we extend Jared Goff? Do we trade him? I mean, all this stuff is going to pop up, right? What are we going to do? Free agency is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. It's going to be some pass rushers out there that we can get, wide receivers we can get. So we go from, do we keep Josh Reynolds? Do we keep any of our guys? Like, how many of our guys do we keep? Then the draft is in Detroit. That's going to zoom past. Next thing you know, it's May. Then it's June, OTAs, right? And we're back at it. The only time that there's nothing happening is in July. That's why I've decided this season, 2024, I'm taking a solid break. I'm taking a week, maybe 2 off. In July, I'm going to take some time off. I have not taken any time off in the 2 years that I've been doing this, and I'm taking some time off this year. So that's crazy. Why do we still have Jerry Jacobs, Jake? Because we have no depth. What's up, brother man Boots? What's good with you, bro? What is good with you? His special teams. Yeah. Well, he is also cornerback depth. What happened to the edge rusher that we worked out from the CFL? Nothing. He back at the crib. Yes, Nolan, the new league year begins in March. You're right about that. I think it is it might be a week before free agency or like a day or something like that. It's right around that same time. Panay's 5th-year option going to be expensive but worth it. Nolan, he's good. It's probably going to be 10, 12 million, whatever a 7th round pick would be. So he's good. We don't have to worry about him. We're going to pick up his 5th-year option. That's another thing too. And then we don't have to worry about him till next year, or 2025. So Panay Sewell going to be all right. We're going to take care of him. Pick up D Hunter from the Vikings. Give us a big improvement for the pass rush and give him motivation to beat his former team same as Monty. Okay, let me ask you this then. The Danielle Hunter will be 30 years old in the middle of the season. What's the highest you would pay for Danielle Hunter? What is the highest? What's up, General? What's good with you, bro? What's the highest you would pay for a Danielle Hunter who's turning 30 during the season? The reason we're on early because I got to go to the dentist at 4:30. So I'll basically be packing up from here, heading to the dentist. It's a shame that I was perma-blocked on this channel. I've never used profanity. Bro, if you were perma-blocked on this channel, how am I looking at you? What channel are you talking about was perma-blocked? I've been hearing that. People have been saying that, but I haven't perma-blocked anyone. Hunter is on the other side. Brian Burns, Chase Young, and Josh Allen are pending free agents. Okay, so my first person I would go after is Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Daniil Hunter, all these guys can be franchise tagged, so we might not get a single player. Now, there is a guy that I don't want to talk about because somebody else talked about him, and he's going to make a video about him. But I'll just say this. It was a second round pick a few drafts ago that is a free agent. He will be a free agent this year, and he might not be half bad as like a mid-tier option if we can't get the top tiers. St. Brown getting re-signed without question. He better. Oh, hey, Zen. Hey, General. It's insane. It's insane, bro. I'm so ready for them to get bounced out of the playoffs. I cannot wait. I can't wait. Yeah, I want Josh Allen. He's the number one I want. First thing we got to do is extend St. Brown and then get Josh Allen as well. That's what I would love. But like I said, it's a guy that I talked about with a fellow YouTuber. And when he brought up his name, I was like, wow, I never even thought about that. So I told him I'll wait until he talks about him because I don't want to, step on his flames or whatever. But I would want a top tier pass rusher. Then I would want, if we get somebody mid, because, okay, I don't want to do this. I'll make an exception for this one stream, okay? You have one position. We have one first round pick. What position do you want? You cannot pick more than one position. I'm breaking my rule and talking about the draft, before the season's over. One position. Put it in the comment section. Lions draft right now. Don't forget, we're picking bottom of the round. Now check this out. Here's something crazy. Okay, when the Baltimore Ravens drafted Lamar Wilson, I'm still gonna call him Lamar Wilson until he wins a playoff game. Did they win the Super Bowl the previous year? Is that how they got the 32nd pick, or did they trade and get that 32nd pick? But I think that's crazy. Okay, so 85 says cornerback. Win says defensive end, cornerback, DN. Okay, all right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do that. I'll start I don't feel like doing it. I was gonna start a poll. Never mind. Okay, so Dalton says defensive tackle. Okay. General says cornerback. So it looks like defensive end is winning. Okay. The reason so you guys skipped right over free agency, because here's what I would love to happen. I would love for us to try to get Josh Allen. If we can't, because the Jacksonville Jaguars control that whole situation. If we can't, then I say we draft. I'm going to say defensive end, and then in the second round, we're going to take a cornerback. But again, we have free agency as well. So that's why we didn't draft one, because we signed like 3 in free agency, and then we signed Brian Branch in the draft. I feel like you could get a better cornerback at the end of the first round compared to the defensive end. Lions are. Hey, bro, I didn't feel like typing it, man. I didn't feel like I would have had to be like, which position do you have to? I didn't feel like doing it, bro. Controlled Fury cocktail, whiskey and rum shada on ice. Whiskey and rum shada. That seems like dark on dark, bro. Yeesh. Because that rum shada is white, ain't it? Controlled Fury. Did you just make that up, bro? That might not be here, man. Lions cap space 2024 $59 million, 2025 $160, 2026 $205. Okay, fire. That's assuming Jared Goff and all them people come off a contract, right? Taylor Decker, all of that. TJ says trade down for more picks. But bro, we're already picking in the late 20s. No. I know what quote that is. I'm saying, did you make that up? That's not bad, bro. That's not bad. But that rum shot is white, right? It's like a white. I might want to try that, bro. I might want to try that. I need the measurements though, man. I'm measuring my alcohol. I need measurements, bro. I don't just be mixing. You know what I'm saying? Mixing is how you get sick. All right. So let's do this. And let me get some feedback. Let me get some feedback on that. Yeah, so that's how it is. This is the first time, man, we haven't been able to talk about, like, we're last year we were playing for something, but we needed Seattle to lose, and now we're like in there, man. We're in there. So theoretically, our season doesn't end until the middle of January. You know what I'm saying? And if we go all the way, it's the middle of February. So, okay. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna talk about this NFL script real quick. All right, so we've been painting up the NFL narrative. We already know what's going on. We've seen the video, Dan Skipper. We've seen the video. We know what happened. Detroit Lions fans, we know what happened. We know what the NFL looks like. Then all of a sudden, Arian Foster comes out last year, says the NFL is scripted. He gets mocked. The NFL turns that into a commercial. They turn their own thing into a commercial to make money off of it, right? Crazy. Now, do I feel the NFL is scripted? I do not. I don't think it's. I feel like outcomes can be determined by the ref. That's all I'll say about that. But I don't think there's a script like Days of Our Lives and they're practicing and all this other stuff. It's not like the WWE like in that way, but it is it can be swayed. That's why the refs that always can sway the game. That's why these games are so close. Anyway, we've had this conversation before. I saw something on Twitter and I thought this was hilarious because I mentioned this and this was like last week, the last time the last time the Lions and Browns were over 10 wins in the same season was 1953. What happened? The Lions and Browns met in that year's championship game. This is years before the Super Bowl. 1953 is a good 13 years before the invention of the Super Bowl. It's crazy to think that my mom was alive before the Super Bowl. Like, all I know is the NFL, the Super Bowl, the biggest event in sports every year. And my mother remembers the championship game. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, so I saw this and I thought this was absolutely golden. And I wanted to bring this in and make this into a video. Okay, so this is coming from Black Adam Schefter. I don't know where he got this from as far as this whole thing. But here is the wild card round. This is the script leaked, right? I think this is hilarious. So right now, the Seattle Seahawks are not in the playoffs. They need a lot of help in order to get into the playoffs. So you could easily put them in the Green Bay Packers right here. But right now, this is how it stands. This is the exact lineup right now heading into week 18. You see the 7 versus 2, 6 versus 3, 5 versus 4. And then over here you have the Bills, which I think the Bills are going to get the 2nd seed, which is going to knock the Dolphins down to the 6th seed. Kansas City is already locked in the 3rd seed. And the highlighted in green are the winners of the wild card round. Now we're going to go down to the divisional playoff round. So look at this. Look at this. The Browns beat the Jaguars. I actually agree with all of this except 2 things. I think the Seattle Seahawks could beat the Dallas Cowboys, and I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can beat the Eagles at home. The Eagles are falling apart. So we'll just play this game for right now. So the divisional round of the playoffs, here it is. I think the Browns could upset. I think the Ravens are going to get upset in the playoffs before they make the Super Bowl. That's what I think is going to happen. This is going to be a good game. Does Buffalo finally get their revenge on Kansas City? And then this right here is fantastic. This right here is fantastic. Are us getting our revenge on the road in Jerry World. So again, the green means that you win. Now here's where it gets real good. In the conference championship round, the Cleveland Browns upset the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions upset the San Francisco 49ers for the Super Bowl, Browns Lions. And at that point, you can make your own decision from that point. So that would be Super Bowl. Actually, it says 57, but we're on 58. So whatever Photoshop job that this was is wrong because 57 was last year. We're on 50 bowl, Super Bowl 58. Good Lord. But anyway, whatever this is, I like it. I agree with it for the most part. This is what I've said a long time ago. I said it about a week ago that the Lions and Browns, the last time they were both over 10 wins, they met in the championship game, which was 1953, exactly 70 years from last year. So, yeah, it's very, very, it's shaping up to be quite the narrative thing. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. They almost had me, but then they got the Photoshop, the miserable Photoshop there. We are in Super Bowl 58. 57 was last year. But either way, I agree with the most of that, man. Let me know your thoughts. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. What are y'all thinking, man? What are y'all thinking of that? I thought that was quite hilarious, man. Black Adam Schefter. 2 teams that's never been. No, the NFL doesn't care that much about editing anyone's curse or ending anyone's curse. There's still Bills and Vikings to curse. That's the NFL version of the 2016 World Series. Yeah, you know what's crazy about the World Series is, wait a minute, the Tigers didn't make it in 2016, right? They made it in 06 and 2012. So here's a funny little statistic from the last time the Tigers were in the Super Bowl, the World Series. So when they went in 2006, I got married. When they went in 2012, I got divorced. So the Tigers are my kryptonite, man. Every time they go, something either good or bad happens. It's crazy. I don't believe in that stuff, but I think that was funny. I would love a Browns-Lions Super Bowl, but, all joking aside, I think that this is a real possibility. These are two teams that are kind of not being valued to what they're worth, right? The Browns I call them the AFC Lions, and they're not really being valued like they should be. Their defense has been top tier all year long. Their offense, I don't think their offense is rose as much as their defense, but then you have Joe Flacco comes in, Amari Cooper is setting records. I mean, and they lost Nick Chubb. So I don't know, man. This is crazy though. No St. Brown or Gibbs in the Pro Bowl is criminal. Okay, so St. Brown is in the Pro Bowl, but he's an alternate. So who cares, man? Nobody watches the Pro Bowl games. I mean, I watched it a little bit last year, but nobody cares about that. It's all about being popular anyway. What's up, Master Lions? What's going on? If we beat the Rams as the third seed, will we face the Niners in the divisional round? No, we will not. We will not. We will not. The only way we would, Coley, is if the Niners are going to play, like, it's no way we can meet the Niners in the second round. We cannot go play the Niners in the second round, because if all of the home teams won, then the Niners would play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we cannot meet the 49ers, being the third seed or the second seed. We cannot meet the 49ers until the championship round. So that's the good news. Ravens versus Lions is more likely with Detroit being a loose cannon pick. See, Danny, I disagree, man. I disagree. If you go watch, because the Browns beat the Ravens without Joe Flacco. So I think the Ravens are vulnerable, man. I really do. Yeah, they're whooping on everybody. They got the number one defense. They lead the league in sacks. They're doing all. We have seen that team that just crushes the season and then one and done in the playoffs. I think the Ravens are going to be that team. Okay, Bucky says respect. I want. Okay, no, Bucky. What was your other name? What was your other name? Because I'll look right now. What was the name you used that you said I blocked? Because if it was this one, I wouldn't be able to see. So tell me right now, man. I'll go look. The Colts beat the Ravens. LOL. Yeah, they did. They sure did. Rams lost to the Ravens in OT, so the Ravens are beatable. They're very beatable. That's 100%. All right. Yeah, they could just collapse apart. Defense game was convincing, though. I mean, yeah, they beat up the Dolphins. They beat us up. But I mean, when you get in the playoffs, man, literally anything can happen. And I guess that's the beauty of making it to the tournament, is it could go either way. We've seen it. We've seen the Giants squeak in as the 6th seed and run the table. I think both times. Did the Giants, were they the 6th seed both times they won the Super Bowl? Or did they win the division one time? Yes, 3 would play 2. Yep. Remember when we were on the road and we're not healthy? Fins were not healthy. Yeah, I put it like this. The Ravens are scary. They are scary, but I don't think they're unbeatable. I think they can be beat. You just got to have the right game plan. Because you got to worry about Lamar. You got to worry about Odell Beckham. You have to worry about literally everyone on their defense. But listen, I'm going to break another rule. That defensive tackle, listen, if we decide to do anything at defensive tackle, we need a defensive end, that's for sure. But let's say all the defensive ends are locked up and we get like a mid to second tier to third tier defensive end. And we say, okay, we're going to draft a defensive end in the draft. First round, we're going to take a defensive end. Second round, we're going to take a cornerback. And then after that, we go from there. If Brad Holmes decides to get a defensive tackle in free agency, the one that plays for the Ravens, I think it's number 92. He got a weird last name. Dude is a dog. He's an absolute dog. And we don't have a dog at defensive tackle. Aleem is like a growing dog. But this guy here is a dog. So we don't have a dog on the defensive line, and we need one. Hutch is trying to be, but he's not there yet. Yes, Matabuke. That dude is a dog, Nolan, for real. If anyone can beat the Ravens, it's Joe Flacco. There you go. There you go. Matthew Stafford and the Rams nearly beat Baltimore in Baltimore a few weeks ago. Randy, they sure did. Yeah, they probably will, Nolan, but I haven't looked to see what their free agent list is looking like. Why don't no one speak on Ben Johnson force feeding Laporta and taking looks away from J-Mo? I mean, okay. So if I'm going to put that on anybody, Mag, I'm going to put that on Jared Goff, okay? Because Ben Johnson calls the plays. And that long catch from Jameson Williams, I never got to release a video about it. That was always going to J-Mo. It was always going to Jameson Williams. From the moment he snapped the ball, it was going nowhere else to Jameson Williams. So, I mean, Laporta's a dog, man. I don't know if I agree with that. Okay, so Fire Spitter says, Pascal is slowly building up. I feel like he's going to turn up during the playoffs. Well, Fire Spitter, I don't know why you could say slowly building up when Pascal literally to me is a non-factor, but I hope you're right because he's a second-round pick that we need him to ball out. We need that guy to pick number 46 overall. We need him to ball out. So I hope you're right. What's up, Ramus? What's going on, man? Joe Flacco back in the Super Bowl, beating his own team to get there will establish him as comeback player of the year. Okay, so Danny, comeback player of the year, is that the playoffs included, or does that end? I thought that ended, and that award was given the night before the Super Bowl. But I hear what you're saying, though. Yes, Nolan, he is a pending free agent, but they can also tag him. Who else could the Ravens tag other than him? Oh, what, Bucky? I don't know that, bro. I don't. Okay, let me go look right now. I'm like, Bucky. Okay, hold on, bro. Hey, Bucky, do you know who it was? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Where are we at? Where is this? Where's settings? It's under settings. Oh, there's so many. Okay, Bucky, go into your old account. Oh, there you go. I see you. I see you. All right. Okay, go back to your old account, bro. Go back to your old account, man. You should show up now. Yeah, when did that happen, man? Did that happen during the game or what? If Chris Jones, if KC doesn't resign him. Okay. All right. Chris Jones and Danielle Hunter they're the older guys in free agency. And if you pay either one of them, how much are you paying them? Don't forget, they're both making $20 million this year. I'm going to be real with them. I'm going to be real with you. Okay. I don't know if I want them guys. Any guy, and Chris Jones seems like a nice guy, but the fact that he set out, I don't know, man, because I'm hearing Amon St. Brown is thinking about holding out as well. And if I apply that to Chris Jones and Danielle Hunter, I got to apply it to St. Brown. I feel like holding out is selfish. I do. Rumor has it they're trying to make DeMar Hamlin be the comeback player of the year. So listen, I'm going to say this, and y'all might not like it, but how can you be the comeback player of the year if you barely play? So, I mean, I think his story is great. And I know that he just got his first action on defense not too long ago. So I'm happy for the young man, but he's going to win it. He's going to win it because he almost died, literally. So he's going to win it. Can we laugh at the fact that the Eagles are keeping Matt Patricia if the Lions face them in the playoffs? there's going to be a revenge story. I can't believe that's even happening. Sam is a dog, but J-Mo is a once-in-a-lifetime player, Tariq-type player that gets a chance, but thanks for answering my question. You know what, man? I don't know. I mean, Jameson Williams is doing this thing. I can't deny that, and it's good to see him seem like he's getting increasingly more action. I don't know. I just hope his ankle is okay. He could go for the playoffs. I really do, because we're going to need him. We're going to need him. But I will say this, though, not to take that first round for granted, but if he can't go in the first round and we somehow get through and he's like super healthy by the divisional round, that would be fantastic. So maybe Donovan Peoples-Jones, maybe this is his time. Maybe this is his time, man. This is why Joe is getting it. Well, you know what, Fire, you know what the part that's crazy about even Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco was on the couch until November 20th. You're talking about 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man, that he would come in and in 6 weeks win comeback player of the year. I mean, if you take your team to the playoffs and like a playoff win, can you really deny that? That's crazy. Brad Allen has got promoted. Wait, what? What? What's up, Jorge? What's going on? Wait, what? No, listen. Jameson Williams is not out. That has not been announced yet. That we'll know Friday. It's likely he won't play, though. I don't think he's going to play. He did not practice yesterday. He was able to run off the field. But, okay, if Jameson Williams plays, he really might not be able to go like J-Mo goes. So would you rather him play at 80% and risk maybe him getting hurt more or re-aggravating the injury, or put him on the shelf for the last game of the season? I think they're going to shelve him. He's not going to play this week. Yes, Jameson Williams will probably be out this week. Sam Laporta, Dan Campbell said we should be good. Now, as far as, let me ask y'all this. How do you feel about Dan Campbell not resting the players? I am okay with it. I'm okay with not resting starters because we have a chance to get the number 2 seed. And we can come out and do our part, but we still got to wait and see what happens. I think we all play at the same time too. So by the time our game is over, I think we'll know if we have that 2nd seed or not. Okay, why would Gilmore wait. Why would Gilmore be getting a start? Are y'all hearing something that I'm not hearing? What are we talking about here? Did y'all hear something? They got some aggression to get pinned out. Okay, Brad Allen promoted to what? Supposedly he's been taken off. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all just be coming in here just blabbering. What are we talking about? Okay, are we going to see Hooker this week? Okay, Joe, that is a great question, and I don't have the answer to it. Because you got 2 things. Teddy Bridgewater, this is the end for him. So do you let him get one last game? Or do you let Hendon Hooker go in there? Okay, I'm going to say Hendon Hooker plays over Teddy Bridgewater. Why? Because if Jared Goff gets hurt, Teddy has playoff experience. Teddy Bridgewater can lead us to a playoff win. Hendon Hooker is wet behind the ears. So I'm going to say if, and it's a strong if we're up by 3 or 4 scores, then we see Hendon. That's what I say. I say Hendon Hooker will play if we're up enough. Playing for the second half. But win, it's not that. We're trying to win. Okay, so question. Do you want to, A, have a chance to get the 3rd seed? The 2nd seed. Do you want to get the 2nd seed, okay? Or B, do you want to play Hendon Hooker and settle for 3rd? I want the 2nd. Just kidding. Honestly, I have a question. What kind of packages do you think we will see with GJ Iffy and Kirby out there? Dime, perhaps. I don't know, man, because you got to get Brian Branch out there as well. Like CJ Gardner-Johnson, it's going to be hard to get him in there. I mean, he's going to get put in there. He's going to replace somebody for a play or two, but they're not going to go like pedal to the metal with him because he's fresh back. So I don't know, man. That's a good question. Okay, 85 says, I want the second. Evan says, you play to win the game. Play him if we are up. Maybe let Teddy at least take a knee in victory formation. No, I want to win versus the Vikings. Yeah, I want to win as well. What's up, Yacht? Says, I think the most important part of this game is not the seeding, but going into the playoffs on a win and not 2 straight losses. You know what, bro? I actually thought about that today. The Lions have not lost 2 in a row since 2022. It was the day before Halloween that we lost to the Miami Dolphins. That was our last second consecutive loss. So the Lions need this win for a lot of reasons. So you don't want to end the season on a loss. You don't want that streak to be broken. So I say that you play to win the game as well. Joe says play for seed. Braylon says play for seeding as well. You ain't getting the second seed. That's going to Dallas. Okay, Stream Champs. Okay, first of all, who are you? That's one. Why are you talking in all capitals? And 2, why don't you beat the Minnesota? Why don't they have to beat the Minnesota Vikings? Okay. And you must be a Dallas fan because you didn't even mention the Philadelphia Eagles. So what are you talking about? All right. And see, that's why nobody likes y'all, man. I'm assuming you're a Dallas fan. Nobody likes y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, go out and beat the Commanders, bro. And they're gonna be trying to beat y'all down. This is their quarterbacks, they coaches' last game. It's got all capitals. Like, I ain't never seen you before. You in all capitals. Lions haven't lost 2 in a row in a season since 1972. Patty, you ridiculous, bro. Bro, yes, they are. So if I had to pick between Ravens and Dallas, I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. 5-time champs, 1974, going on 6. Yeah, you've been going on 6 since 1995. Did you see? Yes. Okay, Matt, I've already talked about that. I made a segment about it. I made a video about it. It is the NFL. It's players voting on coordinators. That's all that means. That has nothing to do with whether he's a good coordinator or they're good coordinators or not. Nolan, can the Giants upset Philly? Absolutely. First of all, the Giants have been playing some good football with Tyrod Taylor. They should have been started him. They got ate up by that whole Ben DiNucci or Tommy DiNucci thing. Okay. Or I said Tommy DeVito. No wonder. They got ate up by that. Notice that story was over quick as it started. If Tyrod Taylor would have been playing, they would have won some more games. They play at home. They're going to beat them. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to lose to the New York Giants. And man, it's crazy how Tyrod Taylor, his deep ball is ridiculous. They're going to keep the defensive starters out there so they can only jail. Offense, I don't think they're worried, but defense, we are getting 3 starters back. And you know what, Evan? I don't think they're worried at all, but they want that number 2 seed. And there's no way Dan Campbell, after getting cheated in Dallas, there's no way that he's going to sit there and just concede defeat for this game. So I see that I think we see our full complement of team. Cowboy fans that have never been to Texas, this is time they are at MetLife. Yes, this time they're at MetLife for sure. Okay. Says, well, I was checking out the show, but guess y'all still crying. I'll go check out a real show. Okay, first of all, listen, don't leave yet. You came into here. I didn't, we're chilling. We are chilling, bro. You came into my chat using all capitals, talking junk. I haven't said anything. So I don't even understand this. That's what I'm saying is that's why nobody like you didn't come in and say, hi, how you doing, Detroit? You are in enemy territory, all capital letters, like you've been here before. You haven't. Okay, now you can go. Jesus. That is why 0 people, every one of y'all, oh my God, bro. Okay. It's official. Ravens fans, they just think they are invincible, and Cowboys fans just keep holding. I don't mind the other fan base talking stuff. That's what this is about. But all of y'all are the same. The same, bro. God. See, Bucky, there you go, bro. Says Dallas game was fixed. That loss gave us the storyline of McCarthy versus Green Bay, Detroit versus Bucky, I didn't even think about that. I mean, he just came in here acting like we didn't do nothing. We minding our own business. We in the Detroit Lions show. Why? Okay, listen. Why do you think he came in here? I mean, he's trying to. Are you like he playing the victim? Are you kidding me? Why would a Dallas guy come into a Detroit show or other than a troll? I mean, come on, bro. And then, oh my God, I'm the victim here. I didn't do anything. I just came into a show. I'm gonna go check out another one. Oh my God, bro. And I like Mark Holmes. I love Mark Holmes. Mark Holmes is a cool dude. But when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, man, oh my God. Acting like y'all did something, man. Lions versus Browns in Super Bowl. Thomas, that would be nice. I don't know everyone's opinion, but if we fortunately don't get the second seed, I want Dallas to get it. Rather go back there for revenge than play the Eagles in possibly bad weather. Ooh. Okay. I think Dallas gets upset. I'm going to tell you what I want to happen. All right. I want the Seattle Seahawks to slide in the playoffs as number 7. Dallas can have the second seed. Go right ahead. And I want to see Seattle play Dallas. And then Seattle would have to go to San Francisco after that. So we got to listen. All we got to do is worry about Matthew Stafford. That's what's happening here. Then I was watching Stafford highlights. He's still doing Stafford things, throwing picks and all that stuff. So I would much rather, I wouldn't mind if Seattle slide up in there. Because Seattle, man, I'm telling you, there's a reason Lions fans don't want to play them. Lions fans, y'all be crying over Seattle. Okay, let me see. What's up? Somebody said something. Says at work in the porta potty right now just so I can watch. Hernando, just put your earbuds in, man, and rewind me in the porta potty. You better get out that thing. Dan's comments of will LOL see them again in a couple of weeks raise my antenna. A game in Minnesota and a win in round 1 will put Detroit back in Dallas for the divisional round. Yep. That's if Dallas gets number 2. Yep. Bucky, that is correct. Don't worry, y'all. He gone. His trolling is over. Like he act like that's what I'm saying. Like he saw Dan Campbell on the thumbnail. He saw I'm where you gonna go, bro? Ain't nobody else Detroit Lions on right now. What a bum, bro. Out of Packers, Rams, and Seahawks, that matchup would what matchup would you want in the first round? Give me Rams. Give me Stafford, bro. I want Stafford. Bring Stafford here. Bring Stafford to Detroit, bro. I'm sick of everybody crying. Oh my God, we don't want to play Stafford. Oh, so listen. I might make a video about this later today. So I was watching Locked On Lions, and Locked On Lions thought that Kelly Stafford said something about the Matthew was shocked that we might be playing Detroit. Okay. I mean, that he might be playing Detroit, but I was watching, Kelly Stafford, all the stuff that we know how she is. She has no filter. Okay. She was talking about on her podcast. I went to go listen to it because I wanted to hear what she had to say. I wanted to go verify Matt Deary's comments. And what she says is they talk about the NFL and about it because she's actually talking with the guy that it does Detroit news. So her podcast now is with him. His name is Hank. And he's on channel 4, 7, 2, one of them channels. And they talked about the NFL being rigged and stuff like that. And it's very kind of, to hear a football player's wife talk about the possibility of the NFL being rigged was quite intriguing. We owe Stafford a loss. Yeah, we owe him more than that. We helped Seattle get into the playoffs. It's about time they eliminated the Cowboys for us. Seattle needs a lot of help. Seattle needs a lot of help. Do you believe Lions used cheated Cowboys game as motivation in the playoffs? I do. Okay. All right. So let's see this. What does Seattle has to do to make the playoffs? Let me pull up because I think Seattle's a tough opponent, man. They play us tough. Okay. ESPN. Byron Murphy II, Texas defensive tackle, declares for the draft. I'm actually kind of excited to talk about the draft. I really am, because we actually in the playoffs. So Okay, so Seattle needs the Bears to win. Doesn't Seattle just need to not and the Bears and Eagles to win? So let's see. All right, let's find out. We'll do it live because I really don't know. Okay, so here is the playoff machine. Let's go. This is how I think this is going to go. I think Buffalo is going to win this game. I think Dallas is going to win, but I know that Washington is going to play them very hard. I think the 49ers, even with a backup roster, they're going to win. I think the Giants win this game. I'm going to say Raiders win this game. Kansas City, no problem. I'm going to pick the Bears. I think the Bears keep Justin Fields next year. I really do. I don't know what they do with that first pick. Do they take Marvin Harrison? Oh my God, I'm talking about the draft. I think the Seahawks are going to win. But Kyler Murray, another guy that is going to stay. Marvin Harrison Jr. could wind up there as well. This one's going to be good. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is playing. I'm going to pick them just because they have something to play for. I'm going to pick the Saints to win this game. I'm going to pick the Patriots, even though they're horrible. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Browns, no doubt. They also might get upset. This one's easy. This one's going to be really, really good here. I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this game. And I don't know if Tank Dell is back. I don't know. I'll pick the Texans. Okay, where does that put? Seattle. So what do we need to happen here? We need the Bears to win. I think somebody already said it. Seattle needs to win. The Bears need to win. And what was the other thing? Who else needs to lose? The Rams. Okay, what happens if the Rams win? Does that matter? It does not. So Seattle just needs they need to win and then the Bears to win, right? Okay, Tank is out. Yeesh. So this is all that needs to happen. So Seattle needs to win and the Bears need to win. So these games are going on at the same time. Okay, and if Seattle loses but the Bears still win, the Saints are in. So that's what the Saints need. The Saints need a bunch of help. Okay, so that's it, right? Okay, and the Giants. All right, so if the Eagles win, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. This is what they need right here. So they need, okay, let's say if where we at? Saints. Let's say if the Falcons win. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if the Packers win, they're in. So if we change that to the Packers, they're in. Yep. Oh, but if the Niners, look at that there. Look at that there, man. Oh, so this right here is setting up us, like somebody said earlier, to go here. But bro, this is crazy. So anyway, y'all, that is our time for the show. Again, I had to get on a bit early because I am actually going to head to the dentist in about 15, 20 minutes. I will be at the game on Sunday. So what I'm probably going to do is, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to try to wake up. And do the tailgate. Stadium, the doors open at 11. They're going to be tailgating. It's going to be cold. I ain't trying to be out there in that cold. Probably won't tailgate. Probably pull up maybe about 10:30, walk to the stadium. I'm going to spend most of my time indoors. That means that I would have to get on about 9:30. So if I can get up, if I can get up Sunday morning, we'll do a tailgate. I'll be at the game. When I come back, we will know exactly who the Detroit Lions are facing in the playoffs. We will have a post-game show. Phone lines will be open. The whole nine. Nothing changes. The only difference is there's no live stream. The first playoff game, I will be there as well. I'm going to do whatever it takes to try to go on this journey with the Detroit Lions. Playoff tickets, somebody just said the other day, I think Matt Derry said yesterday, the cheapest one was like $350. So that's cheaper than what I saw a week ago. So that's how that thing is going to go. Thank you for coming to the show. I will see you next time. Peace.